Before you say anything else this morning, just breathe. Not the rushed kind of breathing, the kind where you actually notice it. Inhale slowly. Exhale slowly. Let your shoulders drop a little. Okay, let's begin. God, here we are. No long introduction. No perfect words. Just us, showing up at the start of a new day. Some of us feel hopeful. Some of us feel tired already. Some of us are carrying things we haven't told anyone about. But we are here. And that means something. Thank you for waking us up. Thank you for another chance to do better, to grow, to try again. Whatever yesterday looked like, good, bad, messy, unfinished, it does not control this morning. Your word says in Psalm 143 verse 8, "Let the morning bring me word of your unfailing love." So that's what we are asking for right now. Not perfection. Not an easy day. Just the reminder that your love is steady. God, go ahead of us today. In the conversations we are nervous about. In the tasks we've been putting off. In the responsibilities that feel heavier than we expected. Give us clarity where we feel confused. Calm where we feel pressure. Patience where we feel irritated. And if we start to overthink, which we probably will, gently pull us back to trust. Proverbs 3 verse 5 reminds us not to lean on our own understanding. Sometimes our own understanding is what creates the anxiety in the first place. Help us not assume the worst. Help us not replay negative outcomes before they happen. Help us move through today one step at a time. And when we feel weak, remind us of Isaiah 40 verse 29, that you give strength to the weary. Not just physical strength, but emotional strength. The kind that keeps us steady when something tries to throw us off balance. God, guard our words today. Let what we say build, not break. Let our tone reflect grace, even when we are frustrated. Let our reactions be slower than our impulses. And protect our peace. If something unexpected happens, help us respond instead of react. Help us breathe before we speak. Help us remember we are not alone in any moment. We don't need today to be perfect. We just need you present in it. Walk with us through the ordinary hours, through the unnoticed tasks, through the small decisions that quietly shape our future. And tonight, when we look back on this day, let us see evidence that you were there, in the strength we didn't think we had, in the patience that surprised us, in the outcome that worked out better than we imagined. Thank you for being steady when we are not. We step into this day with trust. All right, let's start fresh. Not rushed. Not overloaded with verses. Not trying to sound overly formal. Just real. Take a second and settle in. God, here we are again. Some of us feel strong this morning. Some of us feel like we barely made it here. And honestly, most of us are somewhere in between. You know what's interesting about mornings? They reveal what's really sitting in our hearts. Before we scroll. Before we distract ourselves. Before we perform for the world. It's just us and our thoughts. And sometimes those thoughts aren't peaceful. Sometimes they are loud. What if today goes wrong? What if I'm not ready? What if I disappoint someone? That's why starting here matters. Psalm 46 verse 1 says, God is our refuge and strength, an ever-present help in trouble. Notice it doesn't say he becomes present when trouble shows up. It says ever-present. That means even before the stress hits, he's already there. So instead of waking up bracing yourself for impact, what if you woke up remembering you have backup? God, remind us that we are not facing today alone. Not in that meeting. Not in that financial stress. Not in that relationship tension. And let's be real. Some of us are tired in ways sleep doesn't fix. Emotional tired. Decision tired. I've been strong for too long tired. Isaiah 40 verse 31 talks about renewing strength. Not replacing you with a different person. Not demanding you push harder. Renewing. Like refueling something that's already valuable. And that connects deeply because most of us don't need to become someone else. We just need to be strengthened where we already are. So today, instead of pressuring ourselves to be perfect, help us simply be steady. God, steady our emotions. Steady our thoughts. Steady our reactions. Because here's the truth. Most of our problems don't start with circumstances. They start with how we interpret them. We assume. We overanalyze. We jump to conclusions. Proverbs 3 verse 5 says, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding." That hits hard because our own understanding is often the thing making us anxious. We think we see the whole picture. We don't. We think we know how this will turn out. We don't. So maybe today isn't about controlling outcomes. Maybe it's about trusting through them. And that doesn't mean we stop caring. It just means we stop carrying everything as if it depends entirely on us. God, teach us the difference between responsibility and control. Help us handle what's ours and release what's not. And when frustration shows up, because it will, remind us of James 1 verse 19. Be quick to listen, slow to speak, slow to anger. That verse isn't just about being polite. It's about protecting your own peace. Because once anger takes over, clarity leaves. So today, when someone tests our patience, help us pause. Not react instantly. Not fire back immediately. Just pause. That pause could save relationships. That pause could save our mood. That pause could change the whole tone of the day. And God, let's talk about insecurity for a moment. Some of us walk into rooms already feeling smaller than we are. Already doubting ourselves. Already assuming we don't measure up. But Psalm 139 reminds us that we are fearfully and wonderfully made. That's not poetic fluff. That's identity. It means you weren't randomly assembled. Your personality, your mind, your voice, your perspective, none of it is accidental. So when comparison tries to creep in today, shut it down with truth. You don't need to be someone else to be valuable. And when fear whispers that you might fail, remind us that failure is not final. Romans 8 verse 28 says God works all things together for good. All things. Even missteps. Even delays. Even closed doors. That means nothing in your life is wasted. Not the hard seasons. Not the waiting. Not the lessons learned the painful way. Everything can be repurposed. God, help us stop labeling parts of our story as ruined. You're still writing. And here's something practical. When anxiety rises later today, and it probably will at some point, bring Philippians 4 verses 6 and 7 to mind. Not as a lecture. Not as pressure to calm down. But as an invitation. It says don't be anxious about anything, but in everything, by prayer and thanksgiving, present your requests to God, and His peace will guard your heart and mind. Guard. That means peace stands at the door of your mind like security. Not everything gets to come in, but you have to invite it. So when worry starts knocking, instead of spiraling, pause and say, God, I hand this to you. Even if you have to do that 10 times today. That's not weakness. That's training your heart. And God, we ask for wisdom today too. Real wisdom. The kind that helps us make smart choices. The kind that helps us read situations clearly. James 1 verse 5 says if we lack wisdom, we can ask, and you give generously. So we are asking. Help us know when to speak. Help us know when to stay quiet. Help us know when to push forward and when to step back. Not every opportunity is meant for us. Not every open door is ours to walk through. We need discernment. And protect us from self-sabotage. From overthinking something that was actually simple. From assuming rejection when it wasn't there. From quitting too soon. God, grow resilience in us. Because Galatians 6 verse 9 says don't grow weary in doing good. For at the proper time you will reap a harvest if you don't give up. That means progress might be invisible for a while. That means effort might not be immediately rewarded. But consistency matters. So if today feels ordinary, help us stay faithful anyway. And if today feels overwhelming, Help us take it one piece at a time. No rushing the future. No reliving the past. Just this moment. And here's the deeper layer. Help us enjoy something today. A conversation. A laugh. A quiet second alone. A small win. Life isn't only about surviving responsibilities. It's also about noticing goodness. Psalm 34 verse 8 says, "Taste and see that the Lord is good." Taste. That implies experience. Not theory. Not theology. Experience. So open our eyes to see where you're being good to us today. In subtle ways. In quiet ways. And when the day ends tonight, let us look back and realize we handled things differently. Maybe not perfectly, but better, calmer, wiser, because we started anchored. God, thank you for meeting us in normal mornings. Thank you for being steady when we feel scattered. Thank you for strength that doesn't run out halfway through the day. We step forward now, not fearless, but supported. Not perfect, but guided. And we carry this simple truth with us. The Lord is my shepherd, I lack nothing. Psalm 23 verse 1.